Hare Krishna. Gradual destruction is just as destructive as sudden destruction. When there is a bomb or a tsunami or some other catastrophe by which a huge amount of destruction happens, it creates a shock, and people are jolted out of the routine and the humdrum of their lives, and they what is this? Where is the shelter? Where is the stability? How can such a thing happen? So people take a harder look at their lives and think about what the world is coming to, what is important in life, and they discuss such questions. They're sometimes forced to think of such questions when they see sudden destruction happening like this. But so certainly, any way that we are forced to introspect, forced to contemplate, we are prompted to contemplate the temporary nature of material existence, and contemplate further the question whether there is anything beyond such an existence. This is good, but what we need to also know is that uh, there is gradual destruction that is happening constantly. Even if sudden destruction happens intermittently, the gradual destruction which happens incessantly is in its eventual effect equally destructive. So, so 1,000 people die by one bomb blast, and 1,000 people die by old age and disease and natural course of aging. Now, in one sense, it's tragic that some people's lives were cut off in their youth or in their childhood or in their middle age, and people who died because of old age, they died after having lived their full lives. So yes, premature death is definitely a source of greater grief, but ultimately, from the person's perspective, even if one has grown old, that does not mean that one more readily or willingly accepts the prospect of death. Death is as that is as frightening, as abhorrent, we could say, in old age as it is in youth. So the point is that a wise person does not wait till some jolting incidents of sudden destruction to contemplate what lies beyond. A wise person recognizes that destructiveness is equally lethal, equally devastating, whether it is sudden or it is gradual. So the advantage of recognizing that gradual destruction is just as destructive as sudden destruction. The advantage of recognizing this is that we can always thereby look towards life's spiritual side, because otherwise, when we focus on when only the occasions of sudden destruction, because these incidents do not happen regularly, so remaining time we go into complacency and we return to the attachments that bind us to illusion and material existence. Now Arjuna, when he was faced with the prospect of a ghastly fratricidal war in which several generations of his relatives would be killed, he was aghast. And he said, "How can I fight?" Now Krishna, in response, tells Arjuna that actually, why are you so disturbed? Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityur dhruvam janma mritasya cha tasmad pariharye arthe natvam shochitum arhasi. So Krishna says, Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityur, that for one who is born, death is certain. Dhruvam janma mritasya cha, and for one who is died, Krishna says, so eventually rebirth is also there. So now we may say that yes, I know that for one who is born, death is certain. But what does it mean? A more philosophically astute understanding of this is that when we say death is certain for one who is born, it is not just that death is an event that is going to happen in the future. Rather, we can see death is a process that is happening at every moment, and its final manifestation happens at the moment which we call death. That means at every moment we are dying. And if we understand this, and this can be depressing, but if parallel we understand that we are eternal souls, then that can mean that can help us understand, yes, rather than investing all my time and energy in an existence which is inevitably destructible, doomed to destruction, let me focus on trying to uh, uh, revive my spiritual identity, realize my spiritual identity, and develop my loving relationship with Krishna. And thus we can stay steady in our spiritual focus if we if we meditate on and internalize the inexorable, continuous, ongoing destructiveness that underlies material existence. By recognizing that gradual destruction is as destructive as sudden destruction, we can become steadily focused on the arena that is beyond destruction, that is the spiritual arena, where we have the opportunity for life and love eternal with Krishna, if we just turn our heart to Him and strive to love and serve Him in this life. Thank you. Hare Krishna.